Hello everybody, Mr. Odom here, and we are going to look at a problem from section, there should be section 4.4, not 4.3, sorry about that, and we're going to look at problem 22. So it says you need your pencil, composition book, or notebook paper, as always, to take notes, and you might need a calculator for this problem. The learning target for this video is I can write and solve two-step inequality. So we have to be able to write an inequality. Before we do that, we got to figure out what's important in our problem. So a killer whale has already eaten 75 pounds of fish today. So it's already eaten 75 pounds of fish. That's a lot of fish. And it's the next sentence says it needs to eat at least, that's important, 140 pounds of fish each day. All right. So a bucket holds a certain amount of fish. A bucket holds 15 pounds of fish. Write and solve an inequality that represents how many more buckets of fish the whale needs to eat. Okay, so it looks to me like we need to figure out how many more buckets of fish that we need to give to the whale so that it has eaten at least 140 pounds of fish. Okay, so let's get started with this. Let's see what do we do? Well, I know what the killer whale has eaten. The killer whale has already eaten 75 pounds of fish. I know that a bucket holds 15 pounds of fish, and I want to know how many more buckets. So I don't know how many more buckets I need, so that is going to be my variable. So for each bucket weighs 15 pounds. So one more bucket of fish would be 15 times 1, and then I could add that to 75, and that would tell me how much fish the whale had eaten. The whale needs to eat at least 140 pounds of fish. So could it eat more than 140 pounds of fish? It could. Could it eat 140 pounds of fish? It could. So here is my inequality. 75 pounds of fish plus 15 pounds, 15 pounds of fish times the number of buckets has to be greater than or equal to the amount of fish that the whale needs each day. And we can go ahead and solve this for x. So let me subtract 75 and do that first. And I'm left with 15x is greater than or equal to 65. Let me divide both sides by 15. That cancels. And I have x. I'm dividing by a positive number. Okay, I'm dividing by a positive number. So x has to be greater than, and I've got 65 divided by 15. I get 4.3 repeating buckets. Okay, so part A was here. I just needed to write and solve this inequality. So I did. I figured out how many more buckets of fish the whale needs. So for part B, what does it say in part B? It says, should the whale eat 4 or 5 more buckets? So I need to look at this answer and need to make sense of it. If the whale only eats 4 more buckets, well, 4 is not greater than or equal to 4.3. So 4 buckets is not going to work. Because if the whale eats 4 more buckets of fish, you could figure out how many pounds of fish the whale had eaten. I could take 15 and multiply it by 4. And what does this equal? It equals 75 plus 60, which is 135. So if the whale eats 4 more buckets of fish, that means the whale has only eaten 135 pounds of fish. What about if the whale eats 5 more buckets of fish? Let's see, 75 plus 15 times 5, that's 75 plus 75, which gives me an answer of 150. So if the whale is given 5 more buckets of fish, has it eaten at least 140 pounds of fish? It has, because 150 is greater than 140. So that's how you can kind of talk about and reason through part B. Okay, are there any questions for this problem? If you have questions, please bring them to class and we'll work on this in class again. All right, so that's all I have for now. This is Mr. Odom. Hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you soon.